Hello everyone, my name is Javier Moctezuma. I'm the titular professor of the production management course, and this time I will try to explain you an example of master production scheduling. Here we have a table with information about lot size 80 units and lead time 1 week. In this part we have the elements of a MPS table: quantity on hand, forecast, customer orders, projected on-hand inventory, MPS quantity, MPS start, and the available to promise ATP. Here we have an initial inventory of 45 units, and we have 8 weeks to schedule. We have the forecast 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, 30, 30, and 30. We have the customer orders 40, 20, 35, and 15. For week number 1, we have an initial inventory of 45 units, and we need to supply, in this case, the maximum number between customer orders and forecast. So, in this case, we need to supply 40 units. So we will get, if we have an initial inventory of 45 units, 45 minus 40 units, we get 5 units. What about the ATP? Remember, the ATP is the quantity that we get after covering the customer orders until the next MPS quantity. In this case, we will get 5 units also. Now, for next week, we need to ask for an order for a lot size. In this case, 80 units. We will receive these 80 units on week number 2 because of the lead time, 1 week. Now we have 80 units and the previous on-hand inventory, 5 units, so we have 85 units. Minus the maximum number, 35. So we will get on inventory 50 units. What about the ATP? In this case, is the MPS quantity minus the sum of the customer orders until the next MPS quantity. In this case, we have 80 units minus 20 minus 35. So, we will get 25 units. For week number 3, we need to supply 35 units in this case. And we have on inventory 50 units, so we don't need to ask for a lot size. So we supply the 35 units and we get 15 units on inventory. Now, for next week, we need to place an order, another lot size, 80 units. We will receive these 80 units on week number 5 because of the lead time 1 week. And then we have 80 units plus the previous 15 units on inventory, and then we have 95 units. And then we need to supply 35 units. We will get 60 units on inventory. What about the ATP? MPS quantity, 80 units, minus the customer orders, 15 plus 0. So, we have an ATP of 65 units. Week number 5, we need to supply 30 units, and we have on inventory 60 units. So we supply 30 units, and we will get an inventory of 30 units. Week number 6, we need to supply 30 units. We supply the 30 units, and we will get an inventory of 0 units. For week number 7, we need to ask for another lot size, 80 units. We received 80 units on week number 7 because of the lead time, 1 week. We supply 30 units, and we have on inventory 50 units. 80 units minus 30 units, we get 50 units. For week number 8, we need to supply 30 units, but we have on inventory 50 units. So we don't need to ask for another lot size. We just supply 30 units, and we will get on week number 8 an inventory of 20 units. Okay, here we have the MPS table for this situation. I hope you find this tutorial helpful for your collaborative activity, and please try to check all the resources that you have on Blackboard in order to have more resources to face your collaborative activity. Okay, see you next time, and bye for now.